Chosen ones, evil fears you more than anything. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt different from the world around you? Not just out of place, but deeply, profoundly different, like you've been carrying a purpose in your heart that you don't fully understand, yet can't ignore. If so, you might be one of the chosen ones. And if you are, there's something you need to hear right now. Evil fears you more than anything. The darkness in this world trembles at the light you carry. It's not because of what you've done, but because of who you are and the immense potential you embody. But before we go deeper, let's clarify what it means to be chosen. It doesn't mean you're better than anyone else. It doesn't mean you're part of some exclusive club. Being chosen simply means you've been called to awaken, to rise above the illusions of this world, and to serve a higher purpose. It means you've been given the gift and the responsibility of carrying the light in a time of great darkness. You didn't choose this path, it chose you. And trust me, it's not an easy path, but it is one of profound significance. Now, why does evil fear you? Because your very existence is a threat to it. Evil thrives on ignorance, division, and fear. It feeds on the chaos of a world disconnected from truth. But you, as a chosen one, are the embodiment of truth. You carry within you the spark of divine consciousness, a light so powerful that it exposes the lies and illusions of the darkness. And here's the thing, the moment you begin to wake up to who you really are, the darkness takes notice. It feels the shift in your energy. It knows that your light has the power to inspire others, to awaken them, to create ripples of transformation that cannot be undone. But here's the catch: evil doesn't fight fair. It doesn't come to you as a shadowy figure in the night. No, it's much more subtle than that. It shows up in the form of doubt, fear, and distraction. It whispers in your ear that you're not good enough, that you're too small to make a difference, that the world is too broken to save. It tries to pull you off your path by overwhelming you with challenges, draining your energy, and making you question your worth. Can you feel it? Can you feel how the world sometimes seems designed to keep you asleep, to keep you from realizing the extraordinary power within you? But here's the truth: they don't want you to know. The more resistance you face, the more confirmation it is that you're on the right path. The darkness only fights what it fears. So the next time you feel like giving up, I want you to remember this: your struggles are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of your strength. They are proof that you are waking up, that you are stepping into your purpose, and that your light is already making an impact.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Now, let's talk about your light. What is it exactly? It's not just your kindness, your compassion, or your love, though those are all expressions of it. Your light is the pure, unfiltered essence of your soul. It's the part of you that is infinite, eternal, and unbreakable. It's the part of you that knows, deep down, that you are connected to something greater than yourself. And here's the most important part: your light cannot be extinguished. No matter how dark the world may seem, no matter how many challenges you face, your light is always there, waiting for you to remember it. But here's the thing: your light isn't just for you. It's meant to be shared. As a chosen one, you have a responsibility to shine your light in a way that helps others remember their own. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to save the whole world. It simply means being authentic, being present, and living in alignment with your truth. Because when you do, your light becomes a beacon. It inspires others to rise above their own fears, to reconnect with their own light, and to join you in creating a world rooted in love and unity. Let me ask you something: what would happen if you stopped hiding your light? What if you stopped playing small and started living as the powerful, divine being you truly are? How would your life change? How would the world around you change? These are not small questions, but they are worth sitting with. Because the moment you decide to fully step into your light, everything shifts. The darkness loses its grip, and the illusions fall away. And you begin to see the world and yourself for what you truly are: infinite, limitless, and free. But let's not romanticize this journey. Being a chosen one is not easy. It means walking a path that few will understand. It means facing your own shadows, your own fears, and your own doubts. It means standing strong in your truth, even when the world around you tries to pull you back into the darkness. But here's the good news: you were made for this. Every challenge you've faced, every obstacle you've overcome, has prepared you for this moment. You are stronger than you know, and you are not alone. There are others like you, other chosen ones who feel the same call, who carry the same light, who are stepping into their purpose. When you connect with them, something extraordinary happens. Your light combines with theirs, creating a force so powerful that it cannot be ignored. This is why the darkness fights so hard to keep us divided, because it knows that when we come together, we are unstoppable. So, as we wrap up this first part, I want you to reflect on this. What does it mean for you to be a chosen one? What does it mean to carry the light in a world that often feels so dark? And most importantly, what are you willing to do with the power you've been given? Because make no mistake, you have been given this power for a reason. The question is, how will you use it? The spiritual battlefield. While your light terrifies the darkness, let's take a deeper dive into the spiritual reality of being a chosen one. You see, this isn't just a metaphorical idea, it's a battle that plays out in your everyday life, in your mind, in your heart, and even in the energy around you. You may not realize it, but the very fact that you're here, seeking wisdom and walking this path, means you are already engaged in a spiritual battlefield. The darkness fears your light, because it knows one undeniable truth: your light not only exposes it but dismantles it entirely. And that terrifies it. But let's pause for a moment and ask a profound question: what is darkness really? Most of us think of it as some external force, a villain, a shadowy figure, an enemy out there. But the truth is more complex. Darkness is not just bad energy or evil entities, it's also ignorance, fear, and separation. It's the absence of connection to truth, to love, to the divine. The darkness thrives in the spaces where we forget who we are. It's not some omnipotent force, it's a parasite. It has no power of its own. Its only strength comes from our fear, our doubts, and our willingness to believe in its illusions. The reason darkness fears you is because you have the power to end its illusion. Your light is pure truth. It's the knowing that you are connected to the infinite, to the source of all creation. When you stand in that truth, the lies of the darkness can no longer hold. Imagine a room that's been dark for centuries, pitch black, with no light at all. The moment you light even a single candle, the darkness disappears. It doesn't fight back, it simply ceases to exist in the presence of that light. This is why your light is so powerful. And this is why the darkness works so hard to make you doubt it. But here's something you need to understand: the darkness is cunning. It knows it cannot defeat you directly, so it uses subtler methods. It whispers to you in the voice of doubt, planting seeds of insecurity. Who do you think you are to make a difference? You're not strong enough. You're not wise enough. You're not wise enough. You're not ready. It shows up in distractions, pulling your focus away from your purpose with endless noise, trivial pursuits, or overwhelming responsibilities. It appears as external conflict, creating situations or relationships that drain your energy, making you feel small, powerless, or unworthy. And sometimes, it even disguises itself as logic, convincing you that staying in your comfort zone is safer than stepping into your power. Let me ask you, how often do you hear these voices in your own life? How often do you feel the push and pull of distractions, self-doubt or fear? And when you feel them, do you realize where they're coming from? Or do you mistake them for your own thoughts? This is the trick of the darkness. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't confront, it deceives. And the only way to overcome it is to become deeply aware of it. Highly spiritual people, those who understand their light, know this truth. Awareness is your greatest weapon. The moment you become aware of the darkness, it begins to lose its grip. You stop feeding it with your fear and doubt. You see it for what it is, an illusion, a shadow cast by your own false beliefs. This is why self-awareness is so critical for chosen ones. You must learn to observe your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy. You must question the narratives running through your mind. Are they rooted in love or in fear? Are they lifting you up or holding you back? But awareness alone is not enough. You must also take action. You must choose, moment by moment, to align with your light. This is where discipline and courage come in. It's not enough to simply know you have a higher purpose, you must live it. You must show up every day with intention, even when it's hard, even when the darkness tries to pull you off course. Remember, the darkness fears you because it knows that once you fully step into your power, it has no control over you. And here's the secret: every time you choose your light, you weaken the darkness, not just in your own life, but in the world around you. This is why spiritual practices are so important for chosen ones. Meditation, prayer, journaling, grounding in nature, these aren't just routines. They are tools to help you strengthen your connection to your light. They help you clear away the noise, reconnect with your truth, and recharge your energy. Think of them as your armor in this spiritual battlefield. Without them, it's easy to get lost in the chaos and confusion of the world. But with them, you become unshakable. Let me share something profound with you. The darkness doesn't fear you because you're perfect. It doesn't fear you because you have all the answers or because you never make mistakes. It fears you because you are unbreakable. No matter how many times you fall, you rise. No matter how many times you doubt, you find your way back to truth. This resilience, this ability to keep going even when it's hard, is what makes you unstoppable. And the more you embrace this truth, the more the darkness will retreat. So, here's my question for you. What would your life look like if you stopped giving power to the darkness? If you stopped believing the lies of fear and doubt? What would it feel like to fully step into your light, knowing that nothing can truly harm you? Sit with these questions. Feel their weight, because the answer lies within you. Awakening the warrior within, how to stand unshaken in your purpose. Now that we've explored the nature of the darkness and why it fears you, let's turn our attention inward. Because here's the truth: being a chosen one means you're not just a vessel of light, you're also a warrior. And this war isn't fought with swords or fists, it's fought with courage, awareness, and unwavering faith. To stand in your purpose, you must awaken the warrior within you, the part of you that refuses to back down, that knows your mission is greater than the challenges you face, and that recognizes your power is limitless when aligned with the divine. But let me ask you this: how do you respond when life gets hard? When obstacles arise? When you feel drained? When the weight of the world seems unbearable? Do you retreat or do you rise? This is the defining question of every chosen one. Because while it's easy to shine when things are peaceful, the real test comes when you're faced with resistance. And make no mistake, resistance will come. The greater your purpose, the greater the resistance. But here's the good news: the warrior within you was built for this. And when you learn to fully embrace that part of yourself, no force in this world, seen or unseen, can stop you. The first step to awakening the warrior within is understanding that challenges are not your enemy. They are your training ground. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to refine your character, and to deepen your connection to your light. Think of a sword being forged in fire. It's only through intense heat and pressure that it becomes sharp and unbreakable. The same is true for you. Your struggles are not here to defeat you, they're here to prepare you for the immense purpose you've been called to fulfill. But here's the hard part. It's easy to get lost in the pain of the moment. When life feels heavy, when you're overwhelmed by fear or doubt, it's tempting to believe the darkness is winning. This is where most people give up. But not you. Because here's the secret: the warrior within you knows that every storm is temporary. It knows that even when things seem hopeless, the light is still there, waiting for you to find it. And it knows that the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. So, how do you stay connected to your purpose when life feels overwhelming? It starts with one simple but powerful practice: presence. The warrior within you is not concerned with the past or the future, it lives fully in the now. Why? Because the present moment is where your power resides. When you're fully present, you're not weighed down by regrets or anxieties. You're able to see clearly, to respond with intention, and to channel the divine guidance that's always available to you. But presence alone is not enough. As a chosen one, you must also cultivate discipline. Discipline is the foundation of your strength. It's what allows you to keep going when motivation fades and the path ahead seems unclear. Discipline doesn't mean forcing yourself to be perfect, it means committing to your growth, even when it's uncomfortable. It means showing up for your spiritual practices, even when you'd rather give in to distractions. It means choosing your light over and over again until it becomes second nature. And let's not forget about courage. Courage is the heartbeat of the warrior within. It's what allows you to face your fears, to step into the unknown, and to stand strong in your truth, no matter what the world throws at you. But here's the thing about courage: it's not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. Let me ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped waiting to feel ready and started acting with courage right now? What doors would open? What possibilities would unfold? These are the questions that awaken the warrior within. Now, here's the most important part: the warrior within you doesn't fight alone. As a chosen one, you are deeply connected to the divine, to the infinite source of love and wisdom that flows through all things. When you align with this source, you tap into a power far greater than your own. This is why spiritual practices like meditation, prayer, and grounding are so essential. They're not just tools for relaxation, they're lifelines that keep you connected to your higher self and the universal energy that supports you. But let me tell you something profound: the warrior within you is not just here to protect your light, it's here to expand it. Your purpose is not just about surviving the darkness, it's about transforming it. Every time you stand in your truth, every time you choose love over fear, every time you rise after falling, you're not just strengthening yourself. You're creating ripples of light that inspire others to do the same. This is how chosen ones change the world, not by force, but by example. So, as we close this part, I want you to reflect on this. Where in your life are you being called to awaken the warrior within? What challenges are asking you to rise higher, to dig deeper, to shine brighter? And most importantly, how can you step into that power today, not tomorrow, not someday, but right now? Because the truth is, the world needs your light, it needs your strength, and it needs your courage. The legacy of light, why your awakening changes everything. As we come to the final part of this journey, I need you to understand something that will change the way you see yourself and your place in the world. Your awakening is not just about you. Your light, your courage, Your decision to walk this path as a chosen one, it creates a ripple effect that transforms not only your life but the lives of everyone you touch. This is your legacy. This is why the darkness fears you so deeply. Because when even one person awakens, it sets off a chain reaction that cannot be stopped. And that, my friend, is how the world changes. But let's be honest, awakening isn't glamorous. It's not some picture-perfect moment of enlightenment where everything suddenly makes sense. No, awakening is messy. It's painful. It's the process of shedding everything you thought you were so you can become who you truly are. And that's why so many people avoid it. It's easier to stay asleep, to stay comfortable, to stay small. But you didn't come here to play small. You came here to rise, to awaken, and to lead others home to their own light. Whether you realize it or not, you are a pioneer of consciousness. And with that comes great responsibility. Now, let me ask you the deepest question of all: what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Not just for your family, not just for your community, but for the world. When your time here is done, how will the world be different because you lived? This is not a question to intimidate you, but to inspire you. Because the truth is, every choice you make, every word you speak, every act of love or kindness, it all matters. It all adds up. And when you live in alignment with your light, the impact you have is immeasurable. But here's the thing: your legacy of light isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in the small, everyday moments. It's built when you choose love over fear, kindness over anger, truth over convenience. It's built when you stay present in the face of chaos, when you offer a helping hand to someone in need, when you forgive yourself and others for being human. These seemingly small acts are what create the ripple effect that changes the world. Never underestimate the power of your presence. Never underestimate the impact of simply being who you are. And here's the most beautiful part: your awakening doesn't just free you, it frees others. Every time you shine your light, you give others permission to shine theirs. Every time you rise above fear, you show others what's possible. This is why your journey matters so deeply. Because the world is watching, not in a judgmental way, but in a hopeful way. People are looking for proof that there's something more, that love is stronger than hate, that light is stronger than darkness. And you, as a chosen one, are that proof. But let's not sugarcoat it. This work is not easy. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world feels too heavy, when you question whether any of this is even worth it. And in those moments, I want you to remember this: the darkness fights hardest when it knows it's losing. The challenges you face are not a sign of failure, they are a sign that you're making progress. The fact that you're here, listening to this, means you're already winning. You are already making a difference, even if you can't see it yet. So, what now? Where do you go from here? The answer is simple: you keep going. You keep choosing your light, even when it's hard. You keep showing up, even when you don't feel ready. You keep trusting that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your purpose. Because it is. Your awakening is not a destination, it's a journey. And every moment of that journey matters. As we close, I want you to take a deep breath and feel the truth of this: you are here for a reason. You are not an accident. You are a chosen one, and your light is needed now more than ever. The world is waking up, slowly but surely, and you are a vital part of that awakening. So stand tall, walk boldly, and shine your light with everything you've got. Because the legacy you leave will echo far beyond your lifetime. And that, my friend, is what it means to be truly alive.